Hello, welcome back to Chem with Go. Today we're going to take a look at what the system is and what the surroundings are for any chemical reaction that we're going to be doing in our class. Understand that when we're doing a chemical reaction, whatever we're observing at that moment would be considered the system. And then everything else around that would be considered the surroundings. Again, when we're doing a chemical reaction, whatever we're observing at the moment, whatever we're testing, I guess, would be considered the system. Now, one way to classify chemical reactions simply is whether or not the energy change goes from the system to the surroundings, or it gets lost by the system into the surroundings, or the energy goes from the surroundings into the system to actually cause the chemical reaction to happen. Now, let's identify what that is. So if the energy is going from the system to the surroundings, we say that the chemical reaction is exothermic. If the surroundings are donating energy into the system, providing energy into the system in order for the chemical reaction to go, we say that this is an endothermic reaction. Okay. Think about it like this. Like if I've got a pan, on a stove, and I'm cooking an egg on the pan, and the stove happens to be on. If the egg is the system, then everything else would be the surroundings. If you ask the question, if the egg is a system, is this endothermic or exothermic? Well, the egg is receiving energy from the fire that's being transferred, that energy is being transferred into the pan in order to cook the egg. It's also got the air around it, and the air gets hot around it as well because of the fire, and if that's the case, it's still endothermic. So again, if the egg is a system, the egg happens to be the system, then we say that this is an endothermic reaction. Now, let's ask the question. Of all the components that I've actually drawn over here on the little whiteboard, in what situation would it be exothermic? Well, the only possible way that that could be would be if the fire ends up becoming the system. And if the fire is the system, then everything else would be surroundings because it's donating energy into the air, into the pan, into the egg, into the handle of the pan, into a hand that grabs the handle, of the pan, and obviously it absorbs energy from all those different components. So again, if the fire is a system, then this is an exothermic reaction. And that's it. I'll see you in the next lecture.